Hey folks, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're having a great day. So today I got a dilemma for you. What would happen if all of a sudden you lost power or electricity? Just like this. Shazam! So just like that. No electricity, no light. Your refrigerator turned off. No heat. Well, I got the solution for you, Jack. Cameraman, zoom into this. We have the Vtoman Super Safe Life BMS Power Station. Jump 1500X. 828 working hours, 1500 watts. This can be your lifesaver if you aren't Luke Skywalker. This will be your emergency if you have an emergency and you lose electricity. This will temporarily give you some relief. We got all different inputs and DCs, USB Type-C outputs, all the different kind of jacks and inputs to charge whatever it is you need. We're going to go over all the specs first before we open up the box and run some nice tests, including the refrigerator. Will this power refrigerator? Will this work on a portable heater? I will run this through the gambit. Let's go over some product highlights. Has a built-in long-life durable battery. The battery capacity can be expandable if needed. It has V-Beyond technology. It allows the 1500X to run resistant loads over 1500 watts, but no more than 3000 watts. This is the lights, space heaters, toasters, ovens, coffee makers, etc. Features 110 volt, 1500 watt, peak 3000 watt, pure SynWave AC outlets. The outlets come in very handy to plug things in. 1500 watts total. Dual PD 100 watts USB Type-C fast charging outputs for laptops, smartphones, and all that good stuff. Features 3 regulated 12 volt DC outlet ports for 12 volt DC power devices such as car refrigerators, such as portable tire inflators, vacuum cleaners. We got some dual input ports, max input 200 watts, supports charging with 2 solar panels. So that could come in handy when you need to charge this outside by solar if it gets drained. Built-in 12 watt LED flashlight with 5 lighting modes. Here's the official model number, PB22. We know it's 828 working hours. That's a long time. DC input, AC outlet, DC output again. All these different compatibilities. So you can literally use it to plug in any kind of devices, which is great. Weighs 30 pounds, about the size of 2 bowling balls. So I say we open this bad boy up and check it out. Okay, now let's open up the goodie box. And I will put a link in the description if you want to purchase this. You never know when you might have an emergency and lose power. So this could come in handy and be sweet like candy. So we got some cool Vtoman stickers to start. Got a little grizzly bear hanging out. Pretty nice little touch for some stickers. And we got this nice pouch here. Comes with some hookups. You can see we got different wires and cables. This is the cord for the AC adapter. This is the AC adapter. Here's some USB Type-Cs. So we're all prepared with all the plugs, some paperwork. So that's really nice and comes in handy. Now we want to get the big boy out of the box. Okay, folks, now that I got out of the goodie box, we can take a closer look. Nice handle on top. I currently have it charging, which you put it in the DC input there. You can see it's charging into the wall right under Superman, getting the power and the juice right there. We have the AC hookup. And we'll look at the LED display, which is nice and it is a good size. I like it. So you can see it's saying only 0.8 hours and this will be fully charged. Right now it's at 86% capacity, which is great. And the wall charger will take 4 to 5 hours to fully charge. So that's actually pretty good in my opinion. And you can also charge it with your car. That's why it came with this. You'd plug it into your cigarette lighter or power outlet. Again, Looking right here at the DC 12 volt, that's how you would charge it from your car, which would take 6 to 7 hours, and that's not too bad. And the solar panel, it doesn't come with the solar panel, just to be clear. You have to buy that separately, either their brand or just have your own with another brand. That takes 5 to 8 hours, which is also pretty quick, I believe. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the other ports. Right over here, we have a DC outlet, 12 volt, 10 amps. Then we go back up here, we got the USB Type-C output, 2 of those. And then we also have USB Type-A. We got a lot of ports there. We got 4 5 volt, 2.4 amp. And then we got a quick charge down here. It's in blue, which will actually charge one device quicker than the others. If we go back up to the top here, we can actually use this to jumpstart our car, which is neat. You have to have your own clamps, but this is a great, nice feature. So that is an option as well, if you have your own clamps. But this is what I'm mostly interested in, probably you folks too. If we take a closer look, this is the AC outlets, and we actually get 3 of them. Most power stations would only have 1, and they just wouldn't go up to 1500 watts. So this is great. We actually have 3, 110 volt, 60 hertz, 1500 watts. So this is what we're going to hook up to for the refrigerator, portable heater. That is really the most important thing, in my opinion, is those outlets. Okay, folks, now we're actually going to put this to use and show you how to charge a cell phone or use it. So we have a Motorola smartphone. We have it plugged into the USB port, the quick charging port on the bottom. And any button turns this on, but these yellow buttons turn on the ports. If we need the DC, there's the yellow button, the USB, and the AC, for example. We would turn those ports on and then the display would calculate. So right now, with nothing plugged in, we're at 88% capacity, 0 watts being used. So let's actually turn on the USB port with the cell phone, and then it's going to actually calculate the differences in charging. You can see the cell phone turn on. It shows us it's charging. 88% capacity, 52 hours, 60 hours. So it's telling us that this unit actually has 60 hours left in the power station bank. See, the cell phone's at 88%. And how many watts is charging a cell phone use? Just 9 watts. And this goes up to 1500 watts. So that gives you an idea of how much juice that this was going to have in it and how long this is going to run. 77 hours, it's saying. Now it's fully calculated at 88%. That you can use this. What's that, 3 days? I mean, that's pretty good. 7 watts. So we're going to run some more tests and put this baby to the max. Okay, next test. How about a yellow toaster? Not just any toaster, but a yellow toaster. So we hook it up so the AC is showing. Going to fire it down. There's no bread in there, but it's the thought that counts. The red light is on, and we are toasting. So how many watts does a toaster run? Reckon about 600, 625. You could toast bread for an hour if you wanted, and we're at 93% capacity. Obviously, you're not going to keep toasting bread, but maybe you just want some toast. You want something warm when you lose power. You know, also, chain reaction. You're actually getting some heat. And we will test the portable space heater next, but so you get some heat and you get some hot toast. The reading's still the same, yep. 610, 620, 1 hour, 92% capacity, and the toast will be good. There we go. Okay, folks, now we're going to level up and try a portable space heater. This is 1,000 watts. I got it plugged in, as you can see. Let's push the AC button. We got it on level 1 here. Now we turned it on. You can hear it. You can feel it slightly. Now it's coming on a bit. And what are we looking at on the LED meter here? So if we have this at 96% capacity, we're good for 1.2 hours, It's running about 750 watts. So this would definitely help you. Say you're in a small room, let this baby heat up. Then maybe you got to recharge this from the car and you go back and forth like Aaliyah. And that would come in handy. But what if we want to go level 2 and really get the heat coming out? Next you can hear that. So we get a lot of heat here. Oh yeah, that comes on really nice. Can you feel it through the TV? Maybe not. But that's really nice heat. So what we're looking at, 1.1, 750, 770. So it didn't seem to change too much on the time, but the heat really comes out now. So it definitely does work with a 1,000-watt heater. All right. Okay, so now we're going on to the biggest test, literally from top to bottom, the refrigerator. And this is the most important thing. This and the space heater. I would say this is more important because if you're in the summertime, you don't need the heat, but you definitely need your food cold. And just to let you know, this is a real refrigerator. Not knock on wood, knock on whatever it's made out of. We got actual food inside of it. A lot of frozen stuff. The refrigerator side is packed, as you can see. Well, maybe there's about 10 things in here. Some hot dogs and some pickles and whatnot. But we're going to actually pull this baby out of the wall. It's all the way back there. And we're going to plug it in and see how long this would last in an emergency condition. All right. Okay, so the refrigerator is unplugged. There's the plug. But just to let you know, no tricks up my sleeve or hand. It is actually off. Hey, look, it's Frank. Frank, what are you doing in there, buddy? Frank loves the dark. He must have slipped in the fridge when I went from behind. And we are going to plug it in and see what happens. Will it work? And how long will the juice go? Let's see, folks. All right. There's the display. And let's give it some juice. You can see it says the AC outlet is on. The blower came on for a second. 94% capacity. 30 hours so far. It's about 200 watts. As you know, the refrigerator should definitely last a lot longer than a space heater. I mean, and we definitely need to keep our food nice and cold. Say if you lose power for 24 hours or maybe even 48 hours. So this is actually saying 59 hours it's going to last. And it's only using 7 watts. I would believe it's using more than 7. Is this baby turned on? It is turned on. Frank's still in there. We still got the Mountain Dew. Pickles still here. Yeah, we still got the pickles. So this is a new refrigerate. I would say it's about 1.5 years old. But yeah, it's actually doing its job. It's going to last 61 hours and it only uses 7 watts. So we could still be charging up our cell phone, MP3 players, maybe do some vacuuming if you want. So that's very impressive. Our refrigerator would be that good and last that long with the Vtoman. All right, man. Okay, folks, I wanted it to run a little longer because I couldn't believe the 7 watts. So now it's about 120 watts with the refrigerator hooked up, plugged in. So that makes sense. I guess it had to take time to readjust. Still got the light on, still got Frank hanging out. So that makes sense. I think it goes up and down. Yeah, that's what it is. See, now it's 634. It fluctuates. When this needs a burst of power energy to make things cool, it goes higher. When it doesn't, it goes lower. So as you can see, it's going to go up and down. Okay, that's it, folks. As Bugs Bunny used to say, those were cool cartoons back in the day. But hopefully you enjoyed my video review. Any comments or questions, leave them in the comment box below. I will put a link in the description if you want to purchase this. I do recommend it because you never know when you have an emergency and lose power. Whether it's, 30 minutes, an hour, a day. It's just always better to be prepared. And if you could please subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, I would appreciate the support. Also, hype this video like all the kids are doing nowadays. Don't believe the hype. Who said that? I think it was Public Enemy #1. But that is it for the Vtoman. And remember, make your day a retro day. That's what I always say.